Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day. It is your girl, the Cyn Show. Welcome, welcome. You're welcome. I am back with another needed reason for me to be on this platform, other than that, to be able to share my gift of Heal Thy Code with you once again. Remember, this is a project that I started. It's pretty much based on a whole series of fun and interactive health and life coaching tips, interactive workshops, as well as some guided meditations with some awesome affirmations. Please do be sure to check those out. I will probably put somewhere around here a link to those meditations, and you can take a look at those. But here with today, as per usual, we are unlearning and reparenting. How are we doing that? Through this awesome game that I started. And it is called What Mom Told Me, What Dad Will Never Know, and What I Know to Be True. And we're asking ourselves three questions. Three questions, three cards. Three questions, three cards a day. So if that's something you can do, I encourage you to stay. And I will let you know that obviously I am still working on these things. So I'm using the mock cards in the meantime. Between time, I will let all of you guys know when I do have the complete, full out flashcards done and where you can find them and get them if you're interested as well. But nonetheless, let's go into it. Before I do, please do hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're down for the vibes, and also share this with all your people out there in these streets. These streets is cold, and we'd like to keep it nice and warm here. So let's get started, shall we? So again, three cards. And I hope everyone's doing really good today. I got up mega mad early today for some reason. Don't know why, but there's a reason. There's always a reason. It's probably because I don't know, that wave of energy. It's October, harvest season as well. I'm down for the cause. So, okay, so first card will be starting all over again. Starting all over again. What mom told me about starting all over again, or what mom never told me about starting all over again. What dad will never know about starting all over again. And what I know to be true about starting all over again. Remember, guys, even though when I created this game, it was really for me to keep, it was in my, I had my own parents in mind. I have my own people in mind. I am very aware that some of you who are watching this may not have grown up with parents. You might have had another guardian. And so the point of this is about looking at how you were raised by those people who also pretty much gave you their ideas, their ideologies, their thoughts, their vulnerabilities as you were growing up and morphing into your own. Sometimes these things can turn out to be a trauma. Now, keep in mind, there are other things that happen to us that are traumatic, that have, we don't know why they happen to us. And we still try to find ways of how do we deal and heal. So this is my gift to you of how I figured it out. At least for me, at least for me. Okay, next card. Next card. Okay. So the first card was starting all over again, starting all over again, starting all over again. What mom never told me about starting all over again? Or what did she tell me? What dad will never know about starting all over again? And what I know to be true about starting all over again. Sorry, y'all. I gotta get new pillows. So it's alignment. Alignment. There's probably no trauma in alignment. Or there could be trauma in alignment. It could be about the people around you as you are becoming more aligned with your journey, your path, your purpose, your position in life. But the question really is, in the end, and for you to recognize what mom told me about alignment or what mom never told me about alignment, what dad will never know about alignment, and what I know to be true about alignment. Okay. So that's the second one. Ooh, these are really good, honey. Starting over in alignment. I like it. Okay. And we're going to pull the last one. One more, one more. Please, Louises. One more, one more. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. Quality of life, standard of living. Quality of life and standard of living. What mom told me about quality of life, about a standard of living, what dad will never know about a quality of life and standard of living, and what I know to be true about a quality of life, standard of living. So those are the three today. As I always say, and I'll always keep saying, every time you join me, I encourage you to write these down in a journal or a notepad, or anything close to you so that you can kind of put these things down, right? And you are going to pretty much be, it's almost like just looking back at your life on how things like these happened and what was your reaction to those things. How did they become a trauma, if they became a trauma in your life? And going back to your parents, how did they deal with these things? Because like we're when we're kids, we're nothing but sponges, subconscious sponges, conscious and subconscious. Let's be honest. Mm? And we're picking up a lot of these things along the way. And it's not just from our parents, it's from our aunts, it's from our uncles. It doesn't matter. It's all these experiences. All these experiences create something. And I like to go back to our parents because our parents, and this again, this is never a dig to my parents, but without my parents, I wouldn't know who I was. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, these three cards. What my mom never told me about alignment, quality of life, starting all over again. What my dad never will never know about quality of life, standard of living, alignment, and starting all over again. And what I know to be true about a quality of life, alignment, and starting all over again. Whew, real talk. Let's just go into it because this is pretty deep. Okay. What mom never told me about a quality of life and standard of living. For me, what mom never told me. Oh, I feel like it was how hard it was for her and for us because we grew up, um, single mom, and we really also were there to help her even when we were really really young. We were really independent at such a young age, and so I think I took that on as life was such a struggle because no matter what you did, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was tough. It was really tough. Alignment. Oh, no, let's go back. Okay. What dad will never know about quality of life and standard of living, um, is that I think for me, because I did not grow up with my father, I guess in the end is that it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, um, to just kind of have that neutrality in a family. But when you don't grow up with a certain parent around, things happen between you and that parent, then it's just like you just pick up wherever you can from wherever you can, right? What I know to be true about quality of life and standard of living is that it's very much deserved. And that the older that you get, the more you realize what's really important to you. Because in the beginning, when we're kids, like, what do we really know? We just know everything's taken care of to such a degree if we're really paying attention. If we're not paying attention, then it's just it is what it is. But the older we get, we start to really kind of have a better idea of our surroundings. And I'll even keep it real, like even where I'm at, I started to realize, I think I've overstayed my welcome. It's like you know when you know when you know, right? And so I I think that for what I know to be true about quality of life and standard of living is that it takes a lot of good planning to kind of put that energy out there if that's really what you desire, because everybody deserves to have a good quality of life. It doesn't have to be so hard. And I think another thing is that it's so personal. It really is. It really is. Like, I don't expect everyone's standard of living to be top notch because not everybody's making that kind of money, honey. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'll say about that. So I'm only doing one. But I encourage you to get into all three. Um, okay, let's do one more. Let's do this one. Um, Starting all over again. What mom told me about starting all over again, or what mom never told me about starting all over again. Again, I'll have to say, mom, and I've got to have more conversations with mom. That's another thing I'll probably admit to you. That this is probably going to make you want to have more conversations with your parents. Um, what mom told me about starting all over again was that it's going to happen. Ooh, look at that. That chick is twitching. And that it's okay if it happens again and again and again, because at the end of the day, that's life. It's up, it's down, it's up and it's down, and it's okay to start all over again. I am in a place of starting all over again. That is my what I know to be true is I am in a place of starting all over again. And every time and any time I get to this place, I am aware of how much resilience that I have for every time I get back up, because it just seems like, yo, this is some bull, you know? But yeah, starting all over again for me, what I know to be true is that it's always okay. And sometimes starting all over again is exactly where we need to be, because there's some things that we just didn't see. We can't see when we're up there or when we're in there. But when it's taken away and we're finally just like in that place of, yo, okay, let me just breathe. It's been a minute since I breathed because, all this, I got people on my ass. I got this and that and the third going on. And I haven't had that moment of breath. That's, I also think, where the whole starting all over gives you that permission. And sometimes starting all over again, of course, it looks scary because it's an unknown space. It's like, I don't know what to do here. And sometimes the only thing for you to do is to do nothing. It's to do nothing. It's to breathe, to chill out for a minute. And then every day you give yourself a bit of more space, a bit more space. You ain't got to go all the way in all the time. You ain't got to be so hard at it all the time, but just give yourself a bit of that time if you can, which you can. So I'm going to leave that here. These were our three. Again, write them down in your journal. Write down all thoughts and insights that come from these three. Think about what are the traumas to these, if there are any, and also look into the pathologies of how we were raised with our parents, our caregivers. Where did this come from, and how can we switch it up? Okay, so with that said, I'm going to put these three to bed. and I will see you again tomorrow. Um, yeah. I think that's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, I was gonna say something else, so that it's just like, nah, I'll just save it for another day. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.